what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cruising in Cars. Got with me the crew, got Katie Bird, and we got Dougie Fresh in the back. And today we're actually going to be cruising in the car. Right now we're heading out to Denton. We're going to meet up with the DFW S550 and the 650 crew. And we're going to be doing some back roads, POV driving. According to the event page, looking about 150 miles round trip. So, and we're going to some place called St. Joe. Never been there before, never heard of it. Did a quick little Google search. Looks like a really neat, cool, old town. But it's been a good while since we did any cruising because, you know, weather, a car acting up, getting new wheels and tires, the tires rubbing, had to fix that issue. So, really looking forward to this. But, we'll pick this up from our meetup location in Denton. Alright, so we made it to racetrack at the meetup location. We got myself, Mr. Dougie Fresh here, and waiting on some more people to show up. We were supposed to leave out around 10, but it is what it is, you know, traffic and all this stuff around here. So just waiting on a few more people to show up and we'll be heading on the road. It's the first leg is about 100 miles, so I'll capture a little bit of the back roads, but it's just gonna be a nice fun ride. I'm not gonna say a nice quiet and slow ride because we got some speeders in our group, me included. But yeah, so we'll be heading out here soon, and we'll be doing some recordings along the way, and we'll continue this back in St. Joe. Well, we made it. So we're here in this small town called St. Joe. It's really neat, old-timey looking town. This is probably like one of them one last stop shops back in the day before you head on to the trail. So we got everybody made it. Let's go eat. Alright, well, got done eating lunch, so we're about to get on the second part of the trip. So initially I thought the first leg was 100 miles, but nah, it's 50 miles. So this next leg is 100 miles, so even more back roads cruising. We're going to be going up north to the Red River, follow it a little ways, and go back down. But so far it's been really fun. We got caught up by some slow moving vehicles, but hopefully this next leg will be much faster. that will conclude today's fun drive. 150 miles round trip.
It was awesome. The country is amazing. It's so breathtaking, beautiful, and the Red River is so cool.
Yeah, the small town that we went to, St. Joe, very neat town. While we were sitting at the lunch table, I decided to read a little bit about the history. It was one of those last stop shop places. If you are like a cattle driver going to Oklahoma or Kansas, which I thought was pretty interesting. And we also went through the small town of Nakona that we also did a drive, and we have both decided that we're gonna take a little trip for ourselves to go back to these little towns and go on a little personal tour of the place. All right, so made it home. That was a fun freaking drive. I love doing back roads driving. That's so much fun. Like, you just get to unleash the car. And on another note, since I've had these new tires put on, that was the first time I really opened it up and I got to really feel how the car handles. Dude, these tires so much better than those Aturos. Like, I was taking turns about 80 miles an hour. There's one turn that was pretty sharp. I was doing about 90. This car handled great. These tires, oh, so much better. Continental, good stuff. Michelin, Continental just put y'all on notice. These tires, a little bit cheaper, but awesome, 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 awesome. Love the way they handled. Felt great. Grip very good. Nice quiet ride, even on the bumpy back roads. But I just want to add that little note. All right, so I was gonna close this video out on the end of the cruise and getting back home, but as we got home and went inside, we got a package. Gonna be doing a little interior upgrade. So what I got is a new steering wheel. And since I didn't really do a whole lot of recording on the drive, I was gonna add this to it. It's gonna be a little how-to remove and install steering wheel. So stay tuned. Alright, so doing a little bit of unveiling here. I'm gonna show you all the goods that I got. So I went with Steeda. I've been searching kind of everywhere for a new steering wheel, and I've seen a lot of them out there, a lot of good ones. A lot of them are carbon fiber. I'm not too big on that. I think the carbon fiber is more for flashy looks. I'm not going for flashy. I'm going for comfort and function. Nothing wrong with the carbon fiber. It's just not my thing. I'm not going for flashy. So the one that I went with, I'll show you real quick. Let me get it out of the package. Alright, so I got it out of the wrapper. Let's take these styrofoam off. So here's what it looks like. So it's got the perforated leather on the sides, and it's leathered all around. And it's got nice grips everywhere on this thing, so you can just kind of cruising. You can down here, or your 9 and 3, or you got your 10 and 2. It's also got the steering wheel indicator. Got the flat bottom. I think this thing's gonna look awesome. Back in the car. So here's what it's gonna. So here's what we got so far. I mean, everybody, here's what the original steering wheel looks like. It's nice, shiny, smooth. I mean, it's kind of wearing out right around here, and even, along the sides. But, this one, like, driving, like, your hand, like, when you're white knuckle driving it and like on the back roads or anything, like, your hand sticks, and that's kind of really annoying. So hopefully this one's different. But I mean, here's what it looks like. You know, right here's the old, and look how that is. Like that's look freaking. All right, so first things first, before we're gonna do before we remove that steering wheel, we gotta unbolt the battery, because we're going to be disconnecting the airbag, and there's our electrical connectors to the back side, and you want any kind of arcing or any accidental arcing. So, and you don't want that thing to go off, because that's going to be a very expensive repair. So we're going to disconnect the battery and then go inside, take out the airbag, and then unbolt it, then all the wires and all that stuff. So here we go. Alright, so we got the battery disconnected, and I put it inside this rubber glove. That way the cable doesn't inadvertently touch the post or any other kind of metal here to cause any kind of arcing, like I said, because once you get inside and you get the airbag off the car and the electrical connections that are still connected to the airbag, like I said, you do not want that thing to go off. It's going to explode in your face, and that could potentially hurt you, and it's going to be a very expensive repair if the airbag goes off. So we're going to get inside the car now and get the airbag out, and we'll go from there. Oh, and something I want to add. So after you get the battery unplugged, typically you want to let the car sit 5-10 minutes. Make sure all the individual, your computer, all your safety modules inside the car that have the capacitors that are holding any kind of energy, you want them to go to sleep. So wait a good 5 to 10 minutes before you try removing the airbag, because like I keep saying, that sucker could go off and it'd be very dangerous and very expensive. So give it a good 5-10 minutes before you start screwing with the airbag and getting it out. And then so we're gonna wait 5-10 minutes, and then we'll start to take the airbag out of the steering wheel. Alright, so we're back in the car. It's been about a good 5-10 minutes. So we're gonna commence to taking the airbag off here. So to take this off, there's 2 holes on either side of the steering wheel, and it's right behind the shifter, that little hole there. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's this little hole there. And so what we're going to use is Mr. Handy Dandy Allen wrench, and if that don't work, we got a little skinny Phillips head screwdriver right down there. And there's 2 little clips that you gotta push in. It's on the back side of here. It's on the steering wheel. It's they're about horseshoe. They're kind of horseshoe shaped. So you got to use the Allen head wrench or the little Phillips head screwdriver. You got to push it in at the same time. You gotta have to kind of pull the airbag out in such like this motion, but you'll feel it in your tool that you're using, that you're pushing up against that spring there. Alright, so Mr. Handy Dandy Allen wrench and Mr. Handy Dandy Phillips head screwdriver wasn't able to reach the clips in the car, and it kept slipping. So I found Mr. Skinny flathead screwdriver, and hopefully this works. And if this don't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll just have to try different screwdrivers that I have. I got Torx bits. I got the little square-head, weird-looking things. I've watched a video on YouTube, and they use one of those really long 3mm Allen wrenches, and it got the job done. But I'm gonna try this and see how that goes. Also, it was freaking hot outside, so I decided to put the car in the garage because it's a little bit cooler out of the sun. out of the blistering heat. So we're gonna try it with the flathead and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I got it off, got it popped out. The flathead screwdriver worked like a charm. So as you can see right here, these are the clips I was talking about. So I'm gonna put the screwdriver through the back side. So see there's the screwdriver, and see that clip? That's what you got to push in on to release the airbag. So now we got to unclip all this here. See those two yellow? That's your airbag. That is why you want to unplug the battery, so you'll inadvertently actuate that sucker and blow your face off. So we're going to take all this off and get to taking on the steering wheel off. Alright, so I got the airbag out. Got it all unplugged. And the nice thing about these is they're color coordinated, so you can't screw them up when you put them back inside. So you got yellow and you got black. So what now we're going to do is unhook this electrical connection right there. It's just a little plug. You just pinch in that and then yank it out, and then we'll unbolt this here. Okay, so just had to figure out what size bolt that is, and the head is a 24 millimeter. So I got my 24 mil deep socket, so I got to take that out, and got my big old equalizer type socket wrench. So we'll see how much oomph it's gonna take to get this off, and if this don't work, we got the impacts. That took zero effort at all to break that loose. I probably could have done it with this standard size socket wrench, but hey, it loosened, so I'm happy. I'm just hope that bolt didn't break, and if that happens, we are screwed. So yep, just gonna take this out, and the steering wheel will just come right off, and then we'll be able to, we'll just unbolt all these here, and we'll take all these trims off, the buttons off, all these trim panels on here, take this off, and we'll just transfer it all to the new steering wheel. Alright, so I got the steering wheel off. So something I want to point out that's very important that I learned as a technician, for anybody that's doing this at home. So this here, what I'm pointing at, is your clock spring on the steering wheel. Do not, and I repeat, do not move this whatsoever. Do not rotate it to go horizontal, like you see these lines here. Do not move that how you take it off. So however your steering wheel came off and which way this is oriented, leave it. Do not move it whatsoever, because if you do that, oh, you are gonna hate life. Like, you're gonna have all sorts of Christmas lights on your dash, and it's not gonna be a fun day. And you'll probably have to replace the clock spring. So what I'm gonna do is I found some electrical tape, and I'm just gonna tape it, and I'm gonna apply the tape right under these yellow tabs here, so it'll just go right across. That way I won't inadvertently move it. But again, do not move this whatsoever. Don't straighten it out, nothing. However it came off the steering wheel, just leave it. Alright, so we got all the screws removed, so now it's just a matter of taking all these little trim pieces off and transferring them over to the new steering wheel. And also we got a backside big piece here. This has to come off as well, and along with the wires. Make sure with the wiring harness, whenever we take these off, maybe we will be able to kind of orient it so we don't mess this up when it goes onto the new steering wheel. Alright, so we got all these button panels and trim pieces removed, so now we're just gonna transfer all this over to the new steering wheel. But first, we're gonna take a little picture of the harness, and we gotta remove these little grommets here and these little clips there. Alright, so I got everything off and everything. Just now just transferring everything over, going in reverse order. So I got those clips out, I got them back in. They're super easy. They just kind of go through the slot here and slide up, and everything is just in reverse order. So whatever you took off, just remember how you took it back off. And I neatly put everything on the workbench here, so when I took it off, it'll go back in the same spot. And so just go in reverse order. Alright, so we got it all back together. Got all the parts and trim and plugs back in, got all the screws in. So I had some issues. These two here and these two here, like, they were really hard to get in, but we got them. So now just gotta put it in the car and hook these last two connections up, and we'll be good to go, and we'll get the final look. Alright, so we got the steering wheel back in. I think it looks pretty good. We got so with the clock spring, got these holes, those little yellow dots aligned, got that back in. So now all you guys got to do is connect these 3 electrical wires back to the airbag, and we'll be done. Alright, got it back in. I think it looks freaking awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be real nice. So I am definitely loving the new look. It feels great in the hand. But yeah, so we go from this ugly monstrosity to this badassery. So I'm definitely looking forward to going out on a drive and definitely seeing like how it feels, because with the other steering wheel, you know, driving it and you're white knuckling it, your hands tend to stick to it. So hopefully this new one, since it's perforated, that hopefully my hands won't stick as much. But I mean, they probably will, but I mean, what can you do? But yeah, I think the steering wheel looks really great, and definitely worth the money. Freaking phone. I'm trying to record here. Jeez. But anyways, so I hope y'all enjoyed this portion of the video, and also if you would like to see more how-to videos, please do me a big favor. Please like and subscribe and drop a comment. Also, I was wanting to make a public service announcement. Anybody out there that would love to be on the channel, you'd like to meet up, and we'll do car reviews. We'll talk about your car. You tell me your story, because I think that's what a lot of people, they want to hear. They want to hear your story about you and your car or cars. So always please like and subscribe and drop a comment. If you want to meet up, please leave your message on the the YouTube channel. Tell me what you got, and we will be able to meet up and we'll make some content. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed today's content, both the drive and the install, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.